The next panelist is Andrew Law, Director to the Open University United Kingdom, in charge with open and informal learning. He leads the strategy and delivery of the Open University's public online learning. He is responsible for public learning platforms, including Open Learn and the development of Future Learn, and as well as other content syndicated activities. So let us abide by the law for a while. You have the floor.
Thank you. Wow, I wish I was the director of the Open University. No, I'm only a director of a small part of it. Thank you so much for your attention and still staying with us. In about 5 minutes' time, there's a load of free stuff that's going to be given away. So if you can make it through the next 5 minutes, you get free stuff. It's amazing to be on amongst you, but also a panel of such prestigious universities. The Open University is not quite in the same league in terms of research prestige as Cambridge or UCL, but we have a very different take on lots of things, although there are lots and lots of really strong similarities. So yeah, I'm not the director of the Open University. Let's just make sure that's clear on record. Just look after some of their open stuff and some of their business development. Few minutes on what the Open University is for those that don't know or have an Open University in their own country. Ours is a little different. 50 years old this year. With the largest university in Europe, 175,000 graduates or undergraduates, about 20% are doing postgraduate with us, but most people are studying part-time and everybody is studying online. Doesn't mean you don't get a tutor, doesn't mean you don't get books, but you study online with the Open University. We have no entry qualifications for our undergraduate programs. You can come to us with any level of education. We will take you in. Makes our life quite challenging, but also very stimulating and rewarding experience. We're getting a younger and younger group of learners with us, increasingly so. Most of our learners are now in the 25 to 35-year brackets. They are struggling, probably in work, and realizing they need a qualification, and that's who we're targeting. 1 in 8 have a disability or declare a disability of some form. Again, very high proportion. We target those that are excluded from education, from traditional education, and we design systems that work particularly well for them. We hope, we think. As I say, 3 in 4 students are actually already in work, but they're aiming to make the progression within work to their next step. And employers quite like us. Got a lot of industrial sponsorship and a lot of industrially sponsored students. Learning at the OU, so again, make this distinction between informal learners, not studying for credit, and formal learners. Those 174,000 students are studying with us for their degree or their master's or their PhD. We have research students as well. 130 degree programs, 450 modules, smaller than our colleagues here in terms of numbers of modules, but probably larger in terms of numbers of students. People studying between 8 and 10 hours a week, but studying in a really wide range of context, including in prison and in submarines. So we have to design our technology so that it penetrates to places that bandwidth doesn't get and the internet doesn't get. You do get a tutor, you get pastoral support, and you get tutor support. Completely agree with colleagues here. Studying on your own is not a very effective thing. Studying socially and with proper support is absolutely critical. So groups of about 25 are typical for our study groups. We also use Moodle, very big developers of Moodle, both internally and externally. And we don't use Blackboard, we use Adobe as our tutoring system that sits alongside it. We think that works very well for our students, but other systems are also available. The big thing for us is we are entirely online. Millions and millions and millions of transactions every week. A lot of processing, a massive IT department, a very, very significant contribution to the platform development world, particularly Moodle, but others as well. Our Moodle looks like some other Moodles, but not all other Moodles. We have a special form of Moodle which we've developed. It's quite sophisticated, mobile ready, runs offline, and we have a tutoring system. Happy to talk about these outside of the session if you want to after this. The critical thing about being open at the Open University is not simply that we take people onto our degree programs without qualifications, we also deal with the public in a very massive way. We developed both OpenLearn and FutureLearn. FutureLearn is our big commercial channel. It's a company, it's going to make money, it is making money. It's very much aimed at quite a well-educated audience. The courses are free, but the certificates are for fee. About 9 million people a year have come, 9 million people in total have come to FutureLearn, very much aimed at a confident online learner, aiming at continuing professional development, probably moving on to a postgraduate position at another university, possibly ours, but we have 200 university partners sitting on FutureLearn, including some of the people at the table here and many others around the world. But do remember, it's not our content. There's some of our content on there. We're a big supplier to the platform. It's mostly other universities' content on that system, and the user pays for the certificate at the end. What people know less about, remember 8 million people come to FutureLearn, 60 million people have come to OpenLearn, about 8 million people every year come to OpenLearn. That's our Moodle in the public domain. That's an open Moodle system. There's 1,000 courses on it. The courses are for free, and so are the certificates. So there is no monetization engine sitting on OpenLearn. OpenLearn is a Moodle-based system with Creative Commons courses from the Open University sitting on it, not for academic credit, but there are 1,000 courses that you can take on OpenLearn. Some of the courses on FutureLearn that we've produced, although our colleagues will have many, many more courses on there as well. Range of subjects. On OpenLearn, it's a slightly different story, only our courses. We only point at ourselves as part of the next point in the destination. Most people don't want to come inside the Open University, they just want to do the free courses. That's absolutely fine. Not just courses, videos, podcasts, articles, games, simulations, lots of things. So not just courses, a very gradual slope. This learning platform is aimed particularly at the non-confident. More than 50% of the people that come to OpenLearn do not have a degree. About 80% of people that come to a MOOC platform will have a degree. So this is targeted at the less confident learner. And we tend to say bite-sized to banquet. There are 2-minute items on there, and there are 50-hour courses on there. Lots of materials, and I'll give you the URLs in a minute if you want to go and have a look. Thousands of courses, each one's labeled with a level and whether you get a badge with it, you get a certificate on all the courses if you complete them. Wide range of courses. Can start the course at any time, can do it at any rate. You don't have to wait for a registration period. You don't have to sign in. You don't even have to give us your email address. You can take the course without signing in. If you sign in, you can get a badge or a certificate. You can, and this is critical from our perspective, you can download the course. For all of the work that we do in the UK and the work that we do with other partners outside of the UK, an offline version of the course seems critical to us. Not everybody has bandwidth, not everybody has access to continuous access to a computer. So on our Moodle platforms, we always provide an offline alternative so you can study the course without having to go online all of the time. You do get certificates on OpenLearn. On some of the courses, you get little electronic badges, and you get to build a profile, as you would on FutureLearn or any of the other big MOOC engines. So in a minute, I'll show you where to find that content if you want to use it. The more radical way of being open is not just giving our content away, but giving our systems away. I am not giving away FutureLearn. FutureLearn is a commercial company. Its code is locked down. It is there in order to monetize, as well as bring in a broader audience. However, the version of Moodle which we've developed, we have released into the open to release our own courses, but we've released another version of it as well. And on that, we don't put anything. You do. So OpenLearn Create is a Moodle platform similar to OpenLearn. It's a free Moodle system. You pay nothing to go to it and use the courses there, and you pay nothing to make a course there. If you don't know how to make a course, there are courses about how to make courses. If you don't know how to tutor a course, there are courses about how to tutor a course. If you don't know what an OER is, there are courses about what OERs are and how to work with them. So it is an open learning platform based on Moodle, which we support, and anybody can produce a free course there. If you produce a free course there, you have to release your course for free into the public domain. You cannot build a private course there. You can, but you have to come and talk to me with my business hat on, and then we close your course for you. But the Indian government, Bangladeshi government, a wide range of other NGOs are building courses on this platform because it's free and it's open, and you can build whatever you want on there as long as it's education and it's released for free. Has badges, has certificates, you can manage your course, you can collect data about your learners as long as you sign an agreement with us that you promise to keep the data managed in an appropriate way. You can monitor your students as they're making progress on the course. You can launch forums. So we also believe absolutely social is critically important to learning. So you can launch a forum. Unfortunately, not at this stage a full tutorial, but you can launch an asynchronous forum so people can talk to each other and their tutor about the course that they're studying. And Joanna talked about open educational practices. So alongside the content on OpenLearn, the platform of OpenLearn Create, we also have an OER hub, an evidence hub, where we've collected all the research we've undertaken for the last 10 or so years about what works in education, in open education practice, and what doesn't work. And that hub is, again, full of free content, case studies, and data about open educational practice. That's where the URLs are if you need to get them and copy them or get stuff, and do feel free to contact me afterwards if there's any interest in any of those free platforms.
So please remember, if we all help and do a little bit, it will make a big difference.